Be fucking up at too, but do your research. Don't just be doing any blogs. Like, do blogs that fit your style of music because niggas will fuck up and be like, oh, I can get on World Star, say cheese, my nigga, and pay all this bread, and my views and my numbers is gonna go up.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, that ain't necessarily it. I just seen posts on say cheese, nigga, that didn't get really no reaction. I just seen posts on World Stars that barely get reaction, but you done paid all that money just to say that your shit up there. They ain't even doing a collab post. But if you go to some of these smaller blogs, my nigga, they'll do a collab post and build your shit
We
up with
trying to
they
do
shit.
good business, you feel me? And
For
we
sure.
meet a lot of people that is doing good business, but we new in the boxing shit, but you feel me? We ain't just waiting for a motherfucker to hit us up. We running our shit up too, and motherfuckers
Okay.
that just hit us up. We can work with that. Man, my name Big Twin, you feel me? I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I managed Frank Lito. I've been locked in with Lito since he first started doing the could have been shit. And we just been building, you feel me, a friendship since then. Locked into a lot of business, you feel me?
King True, Nick Knox on the block, huh?
This is the Nick Knox production.
I'm trying to get rich so I could buy the block. King True, huh? I'm trying to get rich so I could buy the block. While you still hanging on the block, go and get a IRA, go and get a stock, go and get a bond, go and get some guap. I'm trying to get rich so I could buy the block. While you still hanging on the block, go and get some cake, go and get some guap. While you still hanging on the block, that's what they want. While you hanging on the block, that's just what they want. While you hanging on the block, that's just what they want. I'm trying to get rich so I could buy the block. While you still hanging on the block, go and get a IRA, go and get a stock.
Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Flip Dot Show, man. It's your host with the most, King Truth, Hosenberg, Benny Bo, the one with the word, the one with the flow, man. We coming at you live at 2:15 on the dot, man. This gonna be that Burner interview, man. Burner, man, 420 guy, Burner CEO of Cookies, Burner. He done slid through the no jumper, man. Did an interview with Adam a couple hours ago, bro. And I've been getting requests from my mods to do this one for about 2 hours. So yeah, man, I'm getting on here doing this one, man. I'm gonna be more in the background with it though, bro, because it's already getting late. You feel me? But I will be commentating a little bit on it. You feel me? But if y'all didn't see it, go ahead and go to No Jumper, man. Become a member, and you'll be able to see it. If not, tap in with me, bro. But before we do get into this, make sure you hit that like button, that hype button, that notification bell, so I know y'all there, so I can throw it to you when it's in the air. Follow me on Kick, Twitch, Discord, IG, TikTok, Rumble. Make sure you go sub up to that Flip Thoughts Reloaded, the second channel. We trying to get to 50 subscribers up over there, man. Um, and we for sure gonna get everything going, man. D Vicious interview tomorrow. It got postponed because he was at the set of I think it's Strictly Secure movie coming out on Tubi. Um, then we got that Young Bones too, SD artist Young Bones, man, kind of like a Playboy Cardi type of a dude, man. He got a different sound to him, original sound to him. That's another interview tomorrow, man. We got Mac Bolo Wednesday, and we got my dude, man. We got brother from feel me 209 from the Stockton area, man. Fork it over to me. We got bro on Thursday, so for sure, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Let's get into this content, though. Oh yeah, for sure, though. T Money Blood shit. We could I'll see what's up with it. I got another beat we could hop on because that one right there is already done with. But yeah. Feel good.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. I finished the book this morning.
What'd you think about it? I'm glad that you actually really read it.
Oh yeah, I had to do it. It didn't really take that long, honestly.
Some people might skim through or have an assistant pick some moments out and shit like that. So yeah.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and we got the legend BERNER in the building.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, man?
Feel good.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. I finished the book this morning.
What'd you think about it? I'm glad that you actually really read it.
Oh yeah, I had to do it. It didn't really take that long, honestly.
Some people might skim through or have an assistant pick some moments out and shit like that. So the fact you read is tight.
I just feel like it's kind of like disrespectful to interview somebody and not read the book, or at the very least get like a really good outline from somebody who works for you or something like that, you know, because I feel like the interview's got to like go past the book, or at least be able to talk about it effectively, right?
Yeah, you don't want to read the first page or the last page and just trying to come up with a conversation. That would have been tight.
For sure. So, okay, what made you want to write a book?
Honestly, like when I beat cancer, when I got done with cancer, I'm like, I really want to do things I've always dreamed about doing. So a book, movie, like elevate the storytelling. I've already got like 46 albums out. So like, I'm gonna keep making music because I'm passionate about it. I'm here to do that right now. But I feel like, I think that I want to kind of elevate the level of storytelling. Was part of it like just having kids and thinking like, shit, if the cancer had taken me out, there wouldn't necessarily be like a blueprint for them to understand me? No, because I feel like I teach my kids very hands-on. I feel like it was more like, when I see people, my fans either tell me your music helped me get through a lot of shit, or I would love to get some gamer advice from you. So I'm like, I think I owe it to my supporters. We've been through a lot together to kind of lay the blueprint out for them and at least let them know how I got to where I was at and what I did right and what I did wrong. Right, definitely. I mean, also like from your perspective, was the important part about writing the book just telling your story, or was it telling like the entrepreneurial story? Because obviously you focus more on that side of things. Like you kind of just mentioned, like I have a kid, like, in the book, it's like, you don't like document that whole path of like having a kid. It's more focused on the brand while still telling your story as well. Yeah, it was kind of a bit of both. It's like, to tell people like I said, how I got to where I'm at, but also like to tell people like a lot of this just starts with a big idea and a big dream, and like kind of giving them ways you can actually see that dream through. A lot of people have dreams. A lot of people have ideas, and just like they don't really know what to do with that, right? So I feel like it was more like my story, but like also like a little something for inspiring entrepreneurs out there. Right. Yeah. Because like, all right, I remember reading this book about Jay-Z. I forget the name, but they're telling the story of how basically Jay-Z was the first dude to really represent this hustler archetype in hip hop, which is kind of like being how old are you? 43 in October, so I'm 42. So we're like the same age. So like that to us is like, that's always been there because it was since we were kids, but like really he was kind of like the dude that created that mentality. Like nobody had ever really came in the rap game and said like, hey, I'm a hustler, like from out the streets. I made all this money off drugs and here I am and I'm a rapper. And also like, here's how I spread my wings using music as a main platform. Because a lot of the reason why I still make music, not because I just love to make music, it's almost like my form of therapy, but like it's a big platform for me to kind of promote other things as well. And that's been the cheat code. I feel like for Cookies is I had the music as well. Yeah, but when I say that about Jay-Z, to say that like maybe it's not totally clear to the average person, but you're basically that for weed brands. Like you were the first one through the door, really. We were one of the first for sure. Yeah. And that's pretty crazy because when I think about it, every state I go to, every city I go to, there's somebody handing me a bag of some weed. And usually you could kind of like draw a pretty straight line from that to Cookies in terms of the types of names that people are using, the types of packaging, the way that they're trying to stand out, the types of connections that they're trying to make. I mean, you kind of wrote the blueprint for all that. I feel like I say this in the most humble way, but one of my fans actually put this in my ear when I was on tour last month. They're like, look, whether people fuck with Cookies or they hate Cookies, you kind of motivate them. I'm like, how's that? He's like, well, because some people are like, I want to do what Burn did. I want to kind of figure out how to make a brand like Burn did. Or they're like, fuck Cookies, fuck Burn. I want to do bigger than that. Either way, you're a part of that conversation in both sides, right? For people that fuck with you, people that don't fuck with you. So I feel like, you look at Apple. I'm sure there's many more phones out there better than Apple, right? But they're first. And they're still relevant. They're still doing the thing. I feel like, man, like Cookies was the first to the table. We planted a flag all around the world. And I really feel like, and it may sound weird for people to hear, I feel like I'm just getting started. I actually really I grew like this really, really, really fast. I'm okay, what did I do wrong along that way? I'm still alive. I'm still here. I know exactly what I did wrong. I'm about to dial that bitch all the way in. And I feel really good about that. I feel like I'm just getting started.
Yeah, and I like reading about how you have so many fans that like have you tattooed on their bodies and shit like that. And then, not to get too morbid, but I'm going through and watching some of your older music videos, and I'm seeing the one of you and Nipsey from 10, 12 years ago, whatever that was.
Rest in peace, Nipsey.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of realizing, like, in much the same way that I think that like Nipsey's legacy is just not going anywhere. Like he's just going to be somebody that has this like unbelievable reputation and influence culturally for a long time, because he's kind of like just became the guy who gets the credit for what it was to be an independent rapper,
100%.
creating businesses and making something out of yourself. And I can't help but feel like you kind of like, and I say this just because you're flirting with death quite a bit in the book, because you're talking about the cancer scare and everything. And then I'm watching the video of you and Nipsey, and I'm thinking like, bro, like you have a reputation and like a legacy that is just going to go way beyond your actual life. Like I think you're kind of just going to be the guy who represents that for the cannabis game in general.
I mean, that's fucking great to hear. That's what my goal is. I'm like, look, money is one thing. All you really have when you die is your legacy. And I'm like, I just really want that more than anything, because I feel like, man, I've been working hella hard. And sometimes as an underground artist, you don't even get that prop. You know what I'm saying? On the music side, you don't even get the props you think you deserve or want. And I feel like in the cannabis space, when you become so big and you're kind of up here, all it is like shots every day. People just taking shots. People just, you're a big, easy target. So I feel like, people don't really give us credit for what we brought to the game. And I feel like that's another good reason why I wrote the book, because like, cookies is something that's been here for a lot of us. I help birth a lot of brands. I help give a lot of people game. I help use my platform to build a lot of people. So I just really want that kind of like in history,
But does it bother you that the cannabis community seems so focused on criticism and knocking people down and stuff like that? And I think a large part of that is because it's so accessible to people that everybody's kind of gunning for their spot. So you're like this big, obvious, easy target, right?
For sure. I'm a huge target. But you know what's weird about that? It's the cannabis community online.
Yeah.
Because when I'm in person, it's all love, no matter what. I've never had any problems anywhere. I never even had anyone come to be like, fuck you. It's all love, because bro, I've done a lot of work out here, and I've been relevant for 20 years now, right? So it's like, that's a hard task. So I feel like the cannabis community online is very bitter, but in person, like when I pop up to certain kind of events or stuff, I don't really freak it at all. They're like, oh shit, you're here. Like, what's up? Like, much love. So I feel like it's all good. I feel like we just like, it's a very hard business to be in. I feel like it's been very, very tough since it went wreck, and shit just been changing left and right. So I feel like it's mostly love in person. It's all love in person. I feel like online there's criticism that comes with being big.
Yeah, I mean, podcasting very similar, because it's like the kind of thing where when I came into it, it was such a small pool of people that were doing it. I was thinking about it the other day that I used to listen to Mark Maron interview like random celebrities that I wasn't even that interested in, just because there weren't that many podcasts out, and I was kind of obsessed with the platform or with the medium. And now when I look at it, it's so flooded with so many different personalities.
Everyone has a podcast. Everyone's trying to do interviews. You've been consistent for how long? That's why I'm here, bro. You've been consistent for how long? You really take this shit serious, and you're, like I said, you're a real journalist. You read the book. You don't have to do that. You could have had me come on here, talk a couple shit, do a couple clip farms or whatever. You really care about this shit. You really care about the game, hip hop and whatnot. So I fuck with that.
I appreciate that. My mom's a librarian. So
that's what's up.
It's kind of have to, she would hate me if I didn't.
Yeah, you probably grew up reading books.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like, I mean, so now podcasting, everybody feels like they can do it. And there's just so many different personalities. It feels like it's kind of watered down. And it's kind of very similar to when I see you talking about the weed game, because the weed game,
it's very similar.
When you were coming in, you're having a brand was this very unique idea. And now it's like, I can't even imagine how somebody in the cannabis space is able to stand out.
Insane. It's insane, bro. Everyone has a brand, but I encourage it. I really want people to follow their dreams and build their brands. And I feel like make sure you have purpose behind it. Make sure you have things that make you different. Make sure you stay consistent. I try to do podcasting. I built a crazy ass building in the Bay, 20,000 square foot building, put about $9 million to it. I think I told you about that space. I have everything I need to do podcasts. Consistent for how long you you really take this shit serious, and you're, like I said, you're a real journalist. You read the book. You don't have to do that. You could have had me come on here, talk a couple shit, do a couple clip farms or whatever. But you really care about this shit. You really care about the game, hip hop, and whatnot. So I fuck with that.
I appreciate that. My mom's a librarian. So
that's what's up.
Kind of have to, she would hate me if I didn't.
Yeah, you probably grew up reading books.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like, I mean, so now podcasting, everybody feels like they can do it. And there's just so many different personalities. It feels like it's kind of watered down. And it's kind of very similar to when I see you talking about the weed game, because the weed game,
it's very similar.
When you were coming in, you're having a brand was this very unique idea. And now it's like, I can't even imagine how somebody in the cannabis space is able to stand out.
It's insane, bro. Everyone has a brand, but I encourage it. I really want people to follow their dreams and build their brands. And I feel like make sure you have purpose behind it. Make sure you have things that make you different. Make sure you stay consistent. I try to do podcasting. I built a crazy ass building in the Bay, 20,000 square foot building, put about $9 million to it. I think I told you about that space. I have everything I need to do podcasts. It's too hard.
Really?
If I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna do it right, I have to be super consistent. I don't have time for it. So I feel like, I got to give you props because it's not easy to keep a podcast rolling.
Yeah.
And you have to be very consistent. You have to stay on top of trends. You have to stay on top of who's popping, what's going on out there. So a lot of people are trying to do it. I feel like just like the weed game, people will kind of come in and whittle out.
I feel like I'm surprised you say that, because you say you stay on the phone all the time. And when I seen you out there on the phone, I was like, oh, okay, he's like actually living that. And I feel like, to me, podcasting sucks up so much of my energy that then I like avoid just doing random phone calls. But I do see that as something that most of the most successful people I know are just on the phone talking to everybody.
At 5 a.m. no matter what, I'm up. I'm on the phone because in 5 a.m. out here it's 8 a.m. in the East Coast and different time in Europe. So I feel like, at the end of the day, you have to touch your business and all different levels of it. You have to make sure you're part of everything moving, and that requires being on the phone.
Wait, you got calls scheduled all day, or are you just like thinking like, who's the rapper that I haven't talked to in a month that is an important connection for me?
Nah, it's not even rappers. I think like I have calls scheduled for sure, but it's like I'll be sitting there like Seattle, call Seattle. What's up, bro? How's things going over there? I want to get you some new generic boo. I'll sit there and think, Thailand, what's going on in Thailand? Call my partner over there. Oh, I want to call my boy in Spain. Like, I just think about things all day and just check the box. I feel like when you're in partnerships, like we are, you have to touch people a lot.
Yeah.
You have to call them, remind them you're in business, talk about what's going on, talk about what's going wrong, try to fix things, put out fires. So it's like I sit there kind of like my girl calls me an iPad baby. I'm like an iPad baby. I sit there, we're laying watching TV. I just keep thinking of things. And I guess it's just part of the game. My mind just keeps spinning.
When you can't make a call, though, you have like a little list of people that you're going to call the next day or whatever?
No, I just have a good memory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I can't relate to that. Memory is tough.
I got a good memory and I smoke weed all day, but
yeah. No, it's okay. So it's funny you mentioned that, because like I've very much laid off the weed over the last couple months. And when I'm reading your book, I'm actually like through the first couple chapters and you're describing just being in these dispensaries as a young dude and just the smell of just being in these like rooms and shit. And I'm feeling high as I'm reading it. Like somehow it's like triggering something in my brain that's making me feel like I'm high, which is kind of a weird feeling because I've been trying to fucking cut down a lot. But I mean, to what extent were you conscious of that the book does kind of read like a love letter to weed?
I definitely conscious of it. I'm married to the game, so I want to show my love to it. And I feel like also if you listen to the audiobook, I start off by sparking a J. You know what I'm saying? I sparking a J and then
you read it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When I downloaded the book to read, I briefly thought of that as like, if I download this to listen to, it's going to be some random guy reading.
No, it was me. And I ain't gonna lie, it was very tough to read a full book. 6-hour book, 6 hour, 40 minutes.
How many? It take you a couple of days?
It took me like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And like, crazy. I'm just not used to reading like that. Like, I had the book in front of me, I'm sitting there going crazy.
And they don't realize that you have to get every sentence right.
Oh yeah.
You can't have a little hiccup.
I'm kind of slurring a lot in my book because I'm not really used to reading out loud, and I just like happen to hear myself. Like right now I could talk clear because I don't have the headphones. You start hearing yourself, you're questioning if you sound right. Yeah. It's kind of weird. There's a lot different than rapping, but I read my own audio book and I was definitely high as fuck during the whole process.
Yeah. But okay, so has your relationship with weed changed at all over the years?
I love weed, dude. Like everywhere I go, when I touch down in the city, I have people in that city bringing me their favorite weeds that they're proud of. When I go to different countries, I went to Bora Bora and Maria, right? Like over there in Tahiti and shit like that. I didn't want to fly with no weed because I didn't want to go to jail on my honeymoon. As soon as I got there, I brought an empty jar with me. I took a picture of an empty jar. I said, who's going to fill this for me? Within 30 minutes, I had weed. Like really good weed. I had an ounce on the island. Not easy to get, right? I feel like for me as like the young stoner kid that you probably got to know in the book is like, it's tight that I can go to anywhere in the world within 30 minutes have the best weed that place has to offer because of what we did in the game. Like that's just some like natural stoner flex shit for me. I feel like that's cool as a pothead. Take all the business aside, take the money aside. Like, as someone that loves weed, it's cool. I can get it everywhere I go. I'm gonna get the best of it. And people want to showcase what they have to me. I'm here in LA right now. I got people buzzing me. I want to show you this. I want to show you that. I want to get. I love that shit. It's part of the culture for me.
Have you ever? When's the last time you took a day off?
I don't take days off.
You never went. I mean, from weed.
From weed. The last time I took a day off from weed was the flight to Tahiti.
Okay.
It was probably about 13-hour.
And you were able to get to sleep and everything. It didn't have that much of a hold on you.
When I got cancer, I had to take a little break.
Okay.
Because the surgery, I had like a big surgery, and they're like, you can't smoke, but they said it was gonna be like 2 weeks to a month until I could smoke. I called my doctor on day 5. I'm like, look, bro, got this puff a little bit. He's like, all right, little puff, Berner, little puff. I'm like, cool. I started smoking big again.
I mean, at one point in the book, you're describing that breathing felt like you were swallowing razor blades.
Yeah, cancer is serious.
That makes me feel like I would not want to smoke weed if breathing felt like razor blades.
Like, but when you're breathing like normal temp, like weed's got a little hot, so it doesn't feel like that. But like, let's just say you have cancer, you're on chemotherapy. If you walk outside this room right now and you go outside, it feels like your throat's just full of razor blades. You can't breathe like normal air. It's fucking weird.
Damn.
And you can't drink anything that's not room temp.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't drink like even room temp will hurt. Like I had to drink warm water. So now I'm obsessed with cold beverages. I'm like, I gotta get a cold beverage. I gotta get cold water because I had to drink warm water, like hot water for like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
Suck.
Yeah, I keep seeing these viral tweets that people get off. Like apparently this sentiment is deserving of a lot of retweets and stuff, but people love to say no successful person smokes weed, or I don't know a single successful person who smokes weed.
I know hella successful people that smoke weed, not even in our industry, just talking about like everyone you can imagine.
Yeah.
Doctors, athletes, fucking accountants, fucking actors. I mean, you name it. Bro.
Even a lot of people that you wouldn't think smoke. Like Vlad always tells me that he smokes weed every day. And
that fool smokes big.
Vlad's the most neurotic, like detail-oriented person you'll ever meet in your entire life, and he has.
He even has his own fucking brand and shit. He's like, yo.
The last time I smoked was a Vlad TV Moonrock pre-roll.
Yeah, that's what he just gave me. But
you got it too. Okay.
I feel like it's no different than anything else. People fucking pop Adderall, they drink alcohol. I mean, it's all about how you handle your shit. But I know hella potheads that got bread, including me.
Yeah, I mean, especially in your world, it's probably like the vast majority of successful people that you know. But have you ever felt like weed was cutting into your productivity at all, and that you needed to maybe at least like lessen the amount?
I feel like it's the opposite because like when I go lock in the studio at night, right? Like I bring out a variety of new weed, like all the shit we're kind of pheno hunting, all the shit we're creating. I smoke it. I smoke a lot of it because I get nervous and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm tripped out. Like heart's beating, you kind of get racy. You start focusing on writing. I feel like it gets me anxious at work. I mean, if you're smoking like Mexican brick weed or something like that, maybe it'll put you down or whatever. But like the shit we smoke is like, it kind of gets you going a little bit, gets your mind spinning and everything too.
Yeah. I don't know. There's part of me that feels like when I have a day where I got to do 3 interviews in a row, that smoking weed in the morning is just going to throw me off and just slow me down a little bit. So I usually like keep it towards the end of the day. But yeah, sometimes I wonder if that's kind of in my head.
I feel like a big meal will slow me down more than like some weed will. Like I wake up and smoke, you know?
Really? Do you own you try not to eat too much throughout the day?
I haven't eaten no food yet.
Really? And it is 3:30.
Yeah, I'll have my meal like at 5. That's only when I'm being good though. Sometimes I'm on some bullshit, but like most of the time when I'm working, I usually eat at 5 p.m.
Really? And that's like one meal for the day?
Yeah, like if I'm on program, I'll eat like some fruit and nuts like around like 12 noon or 1. Just kind of hold me over. I'll eat my meal at 5. When I'm on some bullshit, I just eat whatever I want. But
is that the diet that you've been on for a long time, or is that you like trying to take care of your health?
That's just me just understanding we shouldn't be putting all this shit in our body. Like if you think about back in the days, fools that have to go hunt, gather, prepare, then eat. Like they were just grubbing 3 times a day.
Yeah. I didn't eat till like 3 p.m. yesterday and ate like a significant enough meal that I didn't have to eat for the rest of the day. And it was a weird feeling. That might have been the only time in my whole life where I just ate one big meal.
And it feels good, bro. You start feeling sharp when you do shit like that.
Yeah. You ever fast for a full day?
Yeah.
For the colonoscopy?
Yeah. Colonoscopy, I've had to do that. And then also just like, I'm trying to get this 3-day fast. I've been hearing a lot about that, resetting your cancer, shit like that. So.
Really? Yeah, because there's supposedly cells that like start repairing themselves after a couple of days and shit like that.
It's going to be tough. I have to kind of go somewhere to kind of focus on that. But I feel like it shouldn't be hard. I mean, food's really just all mental.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, because once you fast for a day, it really makes you think about the fact that feeling you have throughout the day of like, oh my God, I need something right now, or else I'm gonna just not be able to be productive or whatever. That's really just your
It's
mind
mental,
playing
bro.
tricks on you.
It's just us being used to having what we want.
Yeah. I saw Kevin James on Joe Rogan saying that I think he was like a 45-day fast.
That's insane. I'm cool with 3. If I can get to 3, I'm good with that.
Yo, 3 would be insane because even like me making it through my most recent 1-day fast before the last time I had a colonoscopy was like, that was pretty
Oh, you
intense.
got screened?
Yeah, I've done it twice in my life,
bro. Like I've said this on Vlad too this morning. Like, bro, like cancer. As far as cancer killers, colon cancer is the number 1 killer for people under 50.
Yeah,
especially for like African Americans and Latinos. Like that shit's just crushing people right now. It's all based on the food we eat.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people like us that are young and moving fast are probably ashamed to go get a colonoscopy. And it's like that shit will save your life. It saved my life, dude.
And I guess like insurance won't pay for it for most people until you hit 50.
Who cares?
It's just so old.
You spend money on Gucci and Prada and Louis. You spend money at the club. You spend money on cars and gold. Like, shit, go get your shit checked out.
But even you got it, 15 years before you were to turn 50. So, I mean, that's insane.
I found my shit through a blood test.
Yeah, which is even more lucky because they told you that you had what, like 6 months or a year?
They said if I would have went another 6 months with it, then I would have had like a year left at max. And like I met people on my journey and popular people, that were in the same position that are no longer here. Rest in peace to the Ingy Boys. I don't know if you know that guy is.
Yeah.
Very popular guy on social and stuff. He was in the same position as me. He's no longer here. It's like, it's really sad to see that shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's fucking crazy. So do you feel 100% in terms of your health at this point? You're like completely back to normal, or is there still anything?
I mean, I'm worried about it because like this shit was very real and I could definitely come back. I do screening every 3 months.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for my test results right now. It's like almost like it's a trip. You'll be chilling, living normal life, and you get the call, like, yo, you got to do all your tests. And I go, fuck.
Because at a certain point in the book, you say that the chemo was so bad that you didn't finish the chemo.
I tapped out.
You were just basically like, listen, I can't keep going.
I couldn't do it, dude. Like, it's just like my nerves were fucking shot. Like, I feel like I was touching fucking weird knives and just touching something soft. And I just started feeling really, really beat up by it. Because, I think that the one thing I didn't even put in the book is like, so my mom died from chemo-related complications, right? They put a port in her chest and it busted the main vein. She was supposed to have like 10 years to live, and because it busted the main vein, they couldn't do chemo, and so she died like in like 4 months. So when they told me how to do chemo, they wanted to put a port. I'm like, fuck no, I ain't putting no port. So we had to do it, bro. They had to put a PICC line in my vein. A line that goes all the way to my chest.
When you were describing that, I'm like, what the fuck could they put in my vein that would go through my whole body?
Skinny ass thing, and like it goes all the way up, and they have to pull it out. It's really weird, bro. But point being is, I had to get very, very heavy doses. So I would do in one day what people would do in 2 weeks. Because when you have a drip, kind of just drips the medicine to you, right? Since I wasn't willing to do that, they just slammed me the big dose.
Yeah,
they're fucking me off with that. I was like, I was not right, bro.
Wow,
it was not good.
That's crazy.
So I just quit. I was like, I'm done with this shit, bro. If it's gonna take me, have it take me. Thank God I'm good.
And were you able to actually identify anything that might have contributed to you getting colon cancer in terms of like lifestyle stuff, or not really?
I think it's just like being overweight, but really just what you put in your mouth, like what you eat, right? It's all about processed foods. If it's in a bag, it's probably all bad. Chips, candies. We grew up in the fast food era. You're the same age as me. Yeah. Our parents at Burger King and McDonald's was good because it was quick. It was fast. Like after karate, after school, you're getting this, boom, fast. That shit's all bad, dude.
Yeah, no, totally. When I look back on things that my parents thought were totally normal to feed us, it feels kind of crazy. Yeah.
TV dinner. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Or everything was like a bagel or a pizza or spaghetti. It's like everything was carbs.
My mom did great. She cooked a lot for us in the house, but just that after school shit, getting that Burger King, getting that McDonald's, just thinking it was cool because it was cool when we were younger. Think about it in the 90s, bro. It's just shit.
Yeah. And they just had so much less information at that point.
Whereas no information.
I look at the parents from my kids' school, and everybody is like some version of like a weird health nut. When you see like the kids' birthday parties and the kind of snacks that they give them and stuff, it's just like none of these like affluent parents are going for it. They're all kind of on top of it at this point. Okay, so beating cancer was crazy, but you also dealt with this insane saga with one of the companies that invested in cookies early on. And I've seen you venting about this on social media kind of over the years and everything, but like, how would you break down that? Like that this was a company that gave you $10 million in what year to basically partner with you?
2018 and 19.
Okay. And this just starts to go bad at some point. They kind of attempt to do like a hostile takeover of cookies.
Yeah.
What was it like going through that? And what do you now know in terms of cookies that like would cause you to not take on another partner like that?
Yeah.
Again?
So like, I'm still going through it.
Okay.
The losses are still very real. And, there's a strategy in business when you get to big business where people will sue you until you bleed out.
Yeah.
You have to think we spent about $20 million on lawyer fees in the last 3 years. $20 million in lawyer fees. When you spend that kind of money, it's hard to focus on the business, the brand. You start to stress out a little bit. Like, fuck, I can't keep going, right? And those keep hitting you until you give up. So I'm still fighting for my shit now. It's been very, very difficult. The fight started when I got cancer. So picture being fucking on chemotherapy and fighting for your business. It was not tight. It's not tight. It's something I can never let go. And that's why I'm still fighting hella hard for. I feel like motherfuckers put me through hell. And it's very complicated. Can't really talk about it too much, but I just know that in business, and especially in big business, it is a strategy for people to take your business through litigation tactics.
Yeah. And, most people with most businesses would not be able to pay $20 million in legal fees. So
and how about this? We won one of the big cases.
Yeah.
Someone sued me for like $100 million. I won $23 million. With interest now it's $25 million. They haven't paid $1 yet. And they refuse to pay. They know that like by starving us out, it's just if we get that money, we're in the game. We can keep. They're just gonna start. They're gonna keep trying to not pay. They're gonna let the interest keep going up. But what kind of world do you go through crazy smear campaigns and you're taking big hits on the chin with your brand and damage from the brand and this and that, and the motherfucker to lose the case for $23 million, refuse to pay it? It's like, what the fuck is this?
Well, you get one W and then they just basically refuse to acknowledge it.
So yeah, we're not gonna pay you. We're gonna keep suing you until you fucking bleed out. So I've just been trying to stay positive, been trying to stay creative, been trying to figure out ways to pay my lawyer bill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep fighting, but I'm not going to let this shit go. I feel like we all build cookies. I think that we have a huge following. Even dropping the book, I realized how many people really love what we've done together. I feel like, man, if I let this shit go as much as times I'm like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do that, bro. Not for myself, not for our supporters, not for my kids. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep fighting.
Yeah. And I mean, it really strikes a chord with me too, because same thing with you. Like my love of podcasting was so pure early on. And then like same with you, where you're hanging out with people that are influential in this space, smoking weed with them, gifting them weed, making clothes, the clothes are popping off, etc. It's such a pure experience.
It's real, yeah.
And then you get to a point where due to your success, which obviously Cookie's way more successful than my business or whatever, but it's like then people start really looking at you like an opportunity, and all of a sudden you got lawsuits coming from all different angles and shit, and it just really kind of threatens to suck the fun out of doing business.
It does, but the way I look at it now is like if so many people are fighting over cookies, it got to be worth something major. Like it's bigger than we all know. I'm like, I built this shit, bro. It's my shit. So I feel like I'm gonna keep fighting, and we'll see what happens. But just ain't gonna lie, shit's been draining as fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because I feel like Cookies is a brand that's so associated with its founder that if this company were to take control of it, what is it then worth?
My guess they probably take control of it, then come sit down with me and be like, look, man, we're gonna figure something out with you. It's like that's why it doesn't make any sense anyway. It's like they know for sure if they took it and I had no parts of it, it'd be done.
Yeah.
The day they do that. They have to know that. If they don't, then I hope they hear it right here, because they look at everything I do anyway. So if they took it then and I wasn't involved, it would be a problem for them. But my biggest thing is like, man, let's just sit back and understand what the fuck we've been wasting our time for here. It's been 3 years. They spent a bunch of money. I spent a bunch of money. Like, what are we even doing here?
Right.
Do my thing.
Do you think that like for this kind of company that it's worth dumping such an insane amount of money into legal fees because they know that federal deregulation or whatever is probably on the horizon, and Cookies is like probably more poised than any other weed brand to really be like the Marlboro or whatever of cannabis, right?
Yeah, say what you say about Cookies, and motherfucker touch the whole globe, like the whole world. I feel like they know that's powerful, and that's why I said they gotta be fighting for it for a reason. But yeah, it's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I was reading, or somebody commented on something I posted. I mentioned something about reading the book actually, and somebody responded to me on Instagram and said, "You should ask him about the fact that he doesn't even own any part of Cookies." And I feel like these are the kind of like narratives that people love to like throw out there without much basis. Like, where does that sort of opinion come from, or like, what do you even care to respond to that with?
I'm gonna give you a gem right now.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you this clip farm worthy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much I own the Cookies right now? Like right now, it's today's stance.
How much?
Just guess.
I'll go 50% to be safe. 0.
No.
Oh, somewhere in between that.
I own
100.
I own
Okay,
85% of cookies.
Okay.
So like people will say whatever they want to say because they don't know anything. It's like, dude, I own 85% of cookies at this moment right now.
Right.
Where we're at right now in the world today, as we sit here today, hand to the God, I own 85% of cookies. So like people will just say stupid shit.
Yeah. It's crazy because
and that's rare. Like if you think about founders and you think about big companies, you think about companies of the magnitude I have here, most people own like 3%, 4%, maybe 12%,
right.
9%. I own 85% of my shit. Now, will that change here soon? For sure. I'll probably get down to 40. And there was a time recently where I only owned about 41% of cookies. But still, it's like, that's a big chunk, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know where people get that shit.
But so, because early on in the book, you end up giving, I think, 20% or 25% to the manufacturer who was making all the apparel. Is that the same LLC that we're talking about the ownership of?
Yep.
Okay. And then you also gave 15% to the sales guy that you were working with in the beginning. So are those deals that at a certain point you just bought out their percentage?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Was that wise? Like when I'm reading that in the book, I'm like, holy shit, he just gave up 40% in situations where I guess it was probably useful to you because you didn't really have the capital to just.
I don't really have the capital, nor do I have the knowledge, right? So like at one point in time, cookies was just like kind of like a concept. It was just a hoodie with a design. By giving that first 20% away, where I got cut and so I got backpacks, wallets, beanies, belts, I got rolling trays, I got all the accessories. My brand went from just a printable to a whole line overnight, right? And then you got all this stuff going, you're doing $5 million a year, whatever, maybe you're kind of popping. Then what was the next step? Get into wholesale. Let's get this shit popping. Let's get into boutiques and stores and Zoomies and stuff like that. So by giving that 50% to the sales rep, right, he was able to take that shit from, I think he took it from like 5 million. We hit like $60 million a year in clothing. So I feel like it was a very smart move at the time to go ahead and do what I did because it really scaled the company.
Yeah, definitely. So but what's your outlook on bootlegging at this point? Because there's been a couple different times over the years where I interviewed somebody and they were wearing a Cookies fit, and then the people informed them in the comments that they were wearing fake cookies.
I think it's the biggest form of flattery. I think it's like a great cheerleader. I feel like if people are wearing your clothes and they're going to the extent of like making fake clothes, and then you're popping still, I feel like when it gets quiet, you got to be worried.
Yeah, but can you even tell what's fake and what isn't fake?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I don't know every single piece that's fake and what's not, but you can kind of tell like by like shady logo placing and shit like that.
Yeah, but they have to be pretty good at this point too, right? Because like it's, if it was your full-time job to bootleg other people's designs, you'd probably be able to get pretty close.
I just thought about I own 80% of the cookies right now, not 85, 80.
80. Okay.
80. That's good.
Do you think that those rumors though come from the fact that like the business model that you guys kind of designed for the dispensaries was that you would rather take a 5% cut of profits than own an actual percentage of it?
Yeah. Like, I think a lot of people misunderstand what it is. Do you have the IP of a company, which is the whole heart and everything? When you sell a company, you sell your IP, right? So I own a majority of the IP for the company. When it comes to like individual operations, I don't own that. That's all in design, though. And if we ever want to go public on the NASDAQ, we can't be plant touching. We can't own dispensaries. We can't own grows.
Right.
And that's really the bigger play one day. We want to go public on the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
So I kind of built my company like that. So while you might go to a dispensary, I might have like they might see public feuds with partners and stuff. Oh, he doesn't even own it. Well, I don't own the individual assets, but I own the business that actually licensed their business to the assets, right? So it's like it's kind of confusing. We have a very confusing business model, but it all makes sense one day. People are like, I get it. I get what you did.
Yeah, I had somebody say at one point, they're like, you got to understand, this is a couple of years ago, they're like, you got to understand that with BERNER and Cookies, he's kind of biding his time right now because of the federal situation, that it's like BERNER would probably like to be growing cookies at a more rapid rate. Obviously, the lawsuit and everything kind of gets in the way of that, I'm sure. But they kind of explained it to me like, Cookies can't grow to what it wants to be right now because of the federal situation. So they sort of need to bide their time and find stuff to do to keep the brand relevant. But ultimately, the play for the brand is going to be getting it legal on a federal level.
Yeah, because like here's like a bird's eye view strategy. So if I want to go raise hundreds of millions of dollars from day one, right?
Yeah.
To go build my grows out personally, so I can actually have my people in there growing our product and doing everything hands-on, vertically integrated, right? I would have went from that that percentage I have all the way down to this, right?
Mm.
Okay, it would have shrunk big time. But if I were able to license my brand out to people, grow the revenue, get a bigger valuation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if I raise money, it's gonna go like this instead of like this, right? If I can go out there, get a bigger valuation, plant my flag everywhere. One day we IPO, we raise money for cheap. Then we go build our own facilities. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
I believe in transparency. I tell my fans what it is. I'm like, look, dude, we're building right now for a bigger play.
Mm.
And if I can go raise money for cheap, if I go public, I can go raise $100 million and barely dilute and go build up my facilities the way I want to. We'll redial it in. We'll work backwards if we have to. It's going to suck. In the meantime, certain markets might not get the quality that we can produce if we had it in our own hands, but we're building our company big. And so I feel like sooner we're going to have a situation where I can possibly IPO, go raise money for a great price, and go build my shit out myself, and everything will be dialed in the way I want to.
Yeah.
I've also had a chance to find the best partners in each market. I've been able to do a bunch of research, right? So it's hard sometimes for people on the ground to understand the bigger play, the bigger view. I know exactly what I'm doing. I did not want to dilute back in the days. If I would have raised $100 million to build my shit out, like my brother Ivan at Jungle Boys, he does his stuff himself. He was able to build himself his stuff. It took a little slower for him. He actually controls his destiny, which I really appreciate. I'm going to be there one day soon. I still want to have to go do it and dilute it so hard.
Yeah, because even reading you do a little bit of an autopsy or a funeral for fucking MedMen in the book, I forgot about MedMen. You were seeing that logo everywhere for a year or two there. And then it's just like another example of a big corporate company that tried to do their thing in the weed space and it didn't really work, huh?
Yeah, they went too big, too fast. They didn't have the heart. They didn't have the people inside the company that are passionate about cannabis. Like, bro, people, believe it or not, I've been throwing fits about a lot of things, regarding cookies for a long time, but I didn't really have my control where I wanted to be. Right now, the reason why I say I own 80%, and it's a very long story, will be in the next, but I have control right now. I finally got it back. So it's going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, you'd rather have control and a larger percentage of it than, go really, really big and have a small percentage. Because you've experienced that to a certain extent.
Yeah, I've experienced. Right? I already went through that. And like things put out the way they did. Now I have control back on my hands. I really plan on building this thing out the right way.
Yeah.
I know what we did right. I know what we did wrong. I know what I really, really want to do.
So is there a future, like say 10 years from now, I think we all kind of assume that in 10 years you'll be able to go to the 7-Eleven and buy some weed. Is that weed going to suck? Does it have to suck because market forces will just make it? The average person probably doesn't care enough to purchase high-end weed.
I think that for a majority of brands, it probably will suck.
Yeah.
Especially because the way that things work in business. If it's going to be federally illegal, a bunch of people will be able to raise money and the banks will be open and people will start a bunch of bullshit companies. But so long as I'm alive and even after I die, I'm putting in place that's going to ensure that there's quality for our brand, because I really want to be. I love weed, bro. I bond with people all around the world with weed, and I kind of got my go. I got my start by having great weed, right? So why don't I switch it up later? If there's a way to do it the right way, you have to be smart about it. You have to actually really care about it.
Right. Yeah, because I never go to dispensaries, so you probably have a way different experience than me. But I've had people tell me that when you go to the dispensary, the most popular strains are not the best weed. It's way more low quality shit.
Yeah, I feel like people go to dispensaries. There's two different people that go to dispensaries. People that are just looking for a value.
Yeah.
They're looking for a value buyer, and there's people that are looking for like the best small batch, freshest quality shit. I think the way the laws are designed now, it's really hard to put really good fresh products on the shelf.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing it in-house, from A to Z. Shit just has to, the way that they make it get from farm to shelf is crazy as fuck. The laws suck.
Yeah, so like the legalization for the rec market, has that overall been a negative for the quality
100%,
of weed? Yeah,
100%. Like back in the days, I was able to buy shit from right there, from whatever vendor is bringing it into me. I could put it on the shelf right there, deli style, out of jar. Boom, here you go. Now you have to go take it. You have to package it a certain way. You have to let it sit a certain time. You have to bring it, distribute it a certain way. It just really fuck things up.
All those rules just really get in the way of it.
It's terrible.
What do you think the free market approach to it would be like, though, if there was just no regulations? Do you think there would be like similarly terrible outcomes?
Maybe, but I think there's a way to dial in. I know what they want to do. I think there's a way that they just sat down and listened to make it a lot easier for operators or for the customers. It'd be a lot easier if they just sat down and listened to someone like myself or someone like Ivan from Jungle Boys or someone like Dave from Preferred. Like if they listen to people who actually know what they're doing, there's a way they can kind of get the regulation they want, but also get the customer a fresh product.
Yeah, because sometimes people give me weed, and then people I'm with will be like, "No, these are all spray packs." And up until a couple of years ago, I didn't even know what that was, and so they're kind of like sort of showing me the weed, seeing like, look how weird it looks, right? I'm not even like knowledgeable enough to really be able to make that call on my own, but I guess that's the kind of thing that's the ultimate thing that comes around from this,
I think
right?
there's a world to like have the testing in place to make sure people are not ingesting some bullshit.
Yeah,
I think the time it takes to get this product and to put it on the shelf is the problem. I think they just put too many steps in the way.
yeah. Damn,
But
that
you
makes
should
sense.
still be able to test and regulate it for sure. This should be easy.
No, definitely. So what advice would you give to somebody who is trying to start a weed brand in this day and age, given that like so many of the techniques that you use to build up hype for cookies back in the day really sound kind of archaic in today's market?
Yeah, it's even tough for me right now to reach people. I feel like the first advice I give you is make sure you really love what you're doing. Like make sure you really love the weed game. Make sure you really love weed. First thing first, right? Second thing would be find a standout menu. Don't just go get the same shit everyone else has. Find something that makes yourself different. How you do that? Go find a breeder. Find a breeder that wants to work with you. Make sure you have real genetics. I guess the third thing would be like find a way to connect with customers outside of social media. Because I think today's trapper, today's weed brand is having the hardest time to reach people because social media is fucked. It's fucked. I can't post anything about weed. I can't talk about weed. I can't do shit about weed. X, you could do a little bit, but the algorithms say are not on our side. So find ways to connect with people outside of social media.
And I feel like social media marketer is already fucked just because it's so flooded. It's so hard to reach the people that actually go out of their way to follow you. Like even on Instagram Reels, 80% of what you see is people that you don't follow. And then you add on top of that the censorship angle and the fact that it's
insane,
just incredibly hard.
We came up in the golden area of social media, like the era where I popped cookies off. It was all free game. No one really thought about algorithm or who you're reaching, who can reach, and like this shit was popping. Now it's fucked up.
Yeah,
that goes for everything too. Even trying to promote the book, it's been tough.
Really? Because it's just hard to like make posts about a book. Really,
it's just hard to like reach people. Bro. First of all, I've been stuck at 1.9 million followers for over 5 years. That's insane. You tell me the Forbes cover, the Ad Age award, the Clio award, all the shit I've done in life didn't boost my shit at all. A little bit.
Yeah.
I talked to someone very high up at Med, like, Bern, you should be at like 13 mil right now. It doesn't make any sense. The way your page is growing in the back end just stuck. It doesn't go anywhere.
What's your account status look like?
It's all green.
You can be. Oh, it is. You can be shared with non-followers because I had mine, so I couldn't be shared with non-followers.
I was in the same position for about 2 years.
Yeah.
I finally got to someone. That's the person I got to at Meta. I'm like, look, dude, I'm not trying to do anything here. I'm not trying to do anything except understand why am I being so fucked. I don't post anything. They did some very, very deep research in the back end of my page.
Yeah.
I was getting snacked by like I don't know what the fuck was hitting me. It was like a nuclear bomb hit my page. And like, look, it's higher than you expect. It's not like one of these guys. It's like, oh, take your page for 20 grand or get it. It's bigger than that. There was someone high up hating on my shit.
Yeah.
We got it all green. And it's been all green since, but I'm not reaching nobody like that.
Yeah, because I got out of that, and it feels like I'm not losing followers at the same rate, but it doesn't feel like it's growing in the same way.
I think there's some good old boy club up there. Gets to decide who gets to see people and who doesn't.
Yeah, it's crazy. But at least we're not dope as YOLO, who's been through 30 accounts.
I feel bad for my guy. He gets clipped no matter what.
He's got a different level. I don't understand.
Nah, I can't get a cookies account popping for the life of me. A store opened up a page, it'll be gone like within 30 seconds. So that's one thing. You know what my conspiracy is?
What?
I think that someone was able to get, how AI kind of flags certain things?
Yeah.
I think that someone was able to put the logo of my business inside of a program that just flags right away.
Wow, that's interesting.
Because even when I posted clothing, it was super shadow banned.
Yeah.
It's just clothing.
Yeah, it's I know a dude who made like a El Chapo doll, and he was getting like the AI knew what the fuck he was trying to do, and they were blamping him for that left and right. And that really made me like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like
shit's different level. It's a different level of it's many right now for sure.
Yeah. So like so I was thinking about this is that it feels like social media and the idea of doing content that is really going to like reach a large audience from a marketing standpoint just does not work in the same way that it used to. It's kind of like, so now all brands who are trying to do marketing tend to go towards stuff like events, stuff like anything where you can get any kind of real life interaction, just because that seems like it has so much more meaning. It's like very, very hard to do anything online that will scale and actually be effective from a marketing standpoint. Obviously there's exceptions to that, especially when you're talking about like real massive celebrities. But it feels like now it's like smaller gestures and things that can kind of connect with people on more of a one-to-one basis, as opposed to like real scalable viral content. Because everything that's viral is not like the kind of stuff that makes you want to buy something. You see clips of Aiden Ross and Neon and all these guys nonstop, but like it doesn't create that mentality of like, oh, I want to buy this. It's more of just like, it creates more fame and notoriety. Yeah. I mean, so from your perspective, like what actually moves the needle? Marketing.
I feel like organic, like I feel like cell phone clips move actually more than like overproduced clips.
Yeah.
I noticed like when I do a cell phone clip behind the scenes of some shit, it pops way more like overproduced content.
Yeah.
I feel like definitely like call to action. Like, yo, I got this book. Who wants one? Okay, there'll be hella content, right? Like there'll be hella comments. Like I feel like call to action definitely works. I feel like right now my whole thing is like in person though. I just want to pull up like on my tour where I sold a bunch of bookstores. I just did meet and greets. I partnered with local bookstores on the tour, and when I did my meet and greet came with a book, and we just bought the books from a local bookstore. So you have to get creative on the way you sell things now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, because it's like you do an in-store appearance at a dispensary or whatever, and let's say you get to shake hands and sign an autograph or take a photo with 500 people, which actually 500 is so many. People don't really realize that, but like a 100-person meet and greet, if you spend 5 minutes with each person, is like many hours of time,
sure. Yeah.
But then you're also like creating content for social media through that, and that's kind of like
I think like real life moments, like clipping up that, like in like documenting real life things, like I was talking about earlier, like I'm really excited about like producing like a real high end documentary about where I'm at with the cookies right now and how I'm about to take it to the next. I really want to document that. I wish I would document a lot more in the past, but I feel like a documentary about where I'm at right now with the business, what happened to the business, how I'm gonna take it to the next level and avoid those same kind of things. I feel like that would be super fire. I feel like the clips I can get from that, I feel like the moments I can, share with people through that is gonna be super effective. I feel like it's better than like posting on Instagram, like, hey guys, we just opened up Minnesota, come pull up. It's like, nah, I'm gonna show what we went through to open up Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sit down with the partners, show the grow build out, show that we're actually doing things in house. And like, I will just show the different levels of shit. And I feel like that's like the best way to reach people.
Yeah, it's crazy too, though, because it's like you can make the most informational, educational content imaginable, but then you still have to find the hook that's going to make people actually watch the reel or click the YouTube video or whatever. And that is it's a tricky thing,
I'm very curious. I have a movie coming out in the summer that kind of like I produced myself, and I shot in SF, and I think it's gonna be dope. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck do I market this movie, because like traditional marketing is just shot. I'm like, okay, do I want to clip farm it? Do I want to put it in front of people and get the reactions? Like, what do I want to do to roll this movie out? Because this is a big deal for me.
Yeah, because even like, traditional movies, the rule is that you got to spend as much as you spend making and marketing.
I'm scared of that. Yeah, I already put $2 million on my movie, and I was like, kind of like get shorty. I'm like, I was gonna make a movie, and boom, it's gonna be easy. It's fucking tough. I've been sitting this movie for 2 years, dog.
The majority of it you filmed 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's been done for almost like 2 years now.
Damn. And so your main concern is marketing, or were you like doing a lot of editing?
Well, I found no, it's already edited. I found the right partner. I found a big studio partner with it. It took some time to do that, but I feel like now I have this partner. Like when I get my release date, how am I gonna roll it out? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you think about like a movie, I hear about movies all the time that, they spent $50 million marketing it, and I don't find out about it until I see some random controversy related to like the actress from the movie saying something rude to a reporter or some bullshit like that. And then that also makes you think like, oh, okay, so how much of this stuff is planted or paid for? Or like, do they have like some random viral moment that then they dump money into pushing that narrative? Because that's the kind of thing that somebody like me who's really not invested might actually pay attention to.
For sure. You already know they got sneaky ass tactics for sure.
Yeah. That's the crazy part, is that might be what's necessary to really push the movie.
Create some drama around my movie.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. So how do you look at opening a dispensary as a business in 2026? Because I feel like there used to be so much enthusiasm around it 10 years ago. And now when I look at it, it just feels like this is just not something that almost anybody is eager to take part in.
Nah, I mean, opening a store now is very dangerous. The way I look at it now is just really just self-space. Like, I'm really looking at putting more wholesale efforts out there, like really starting to beat the block up. There's big chains out there that have done a great job. If having stores, they want to take that mission on, So I feel like I'm just I'm looking at like more. I'm more focused on products this year. Products,
Mm.
new genetics, a smaller batch drops. If we do open up a store, I'm looking at like just opening a store to have shelf space. I'm not really worried about making money on that store. Just more using that store to push product.
Mm. Do you, because like one thing that you say in the book, and it's kind of common knowledge for anybody who knows about the weed game, is that marketing is basically everything. But you're somebody who came in the game with a real understanding of the genetics and the different types of weed and stuff, and that's something that clearly, like, that's one of the first things that you mentioned. Like, what's the balance of that, of like knowing that the quality of the product is so important, but then also knowing that putting it in the right colored bag is probably going to be the thing that really draws people to it.
Right color bag, the right rollout of it, the right logos for it, the right like bag design. You see people getting hella creative now with bag designs. It's like in New York, they're selling shit that comes with like toys and fucking memorabilia and little
Yeah.
items and shit like that. So I feel like you have to kind of like there's a fine balance. I feel like you don't want to be the guy that has a one time sale. Like you sell it because it looks cool, but it's just trash.
Yeah.
For me, I'm old school. I'm a real smoker. I feel like I really like to base my brand around genetics. Like right now, we're really pushing blueberry caviar.
Mm.
That shit's really popping for me right now. I feel like I'm less interested in packaging. Even though I kind of like started the whole wave with packaging and I had like a great, branding for our brand. I feel like I'm really focused on the weed. Like we have clear bags right now, like clear
Right.
sandwich bags,
Okay.
like an old school Glad bag. And we're just trying to let the weed talk. That's just my approach right now in 2026 because I feel like I can't really keep up with kids with packaging because two things. One, it's a lot to keep up with, and two, we have much bigger eyes on us. If I do something with packaging, they're like, oh, regulations say you can't do that. I have to take it off or that, this, and that. Everyone else, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. We have we have so many fucking eyes on us. It's insane.
Damn.
Yeah. So I think that it really, if you're going to put something out in 2026, make sure it smokes.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Because when I think about it, I've seen every kind of packaging to the point of true absurdity,
Yeah, me too. I can't do anything fun at all. Like I design like shit that's not even edgy at all. Like, oh no, that all against regulations. Like, what the fuck? What about this over here? Well, yeah, no one's looking at that right there like that. I'm like, fuck, this fucked up.
Okay. With all these regulations, does it not make sense at a certain point for you to, I don't want to suggest anything illegal, but whatever. Like I watched a YouTube video about the dude from Bape who like at a certain point was bootlegging his own clothing and making huge amounts of money from
That's fire.
selling it on the black market, which it makes sense. If you know that people are going to bootleg it,
Yeah.
maybe you could just bootleg it yourself.
Unfortunately, I probably got a bunch of feds waiting for me to do that. They're probably just waiting for my day to do that. I just sit back. I think that we have a big advantage over other brands in the sense that we're global in different countries and stuff like that. So I just gotta keep the shit hot, keep the genetics interesting, and keep the menus fresh.
Does it still feel like the law enforcement is very concerned with you, or does it feel like you're past that?
I don't think they're concerned with me because I don't do anything, but I do have PTSD from back in the days, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never had any like serious cases?
No, I never had. I've never been to jail. But just like they were fucking with me for a while. It's in the book. They
Yeah.
fucking with me for a while.
Yeah. But it doesn't sound like it got as bad as it definitely probably could have.
No, I'm good. I just understand when you're a bigger, just like we're a bigger target, that goes for everything else too.
Mm.
The second I try to make me a little brown bag money, about I'm gonna take him down, make an example of this motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, what about like the influencer space? Because that's one thing that you speak on in the book is that you are having some of the most relevant influencers, rappers, etc. Of that era of we're talking about 2010 to the 2016 type era. And these are people who, you're really able to like organically get them to promote and push cookies. And now when I think about it, like I know people who've tried to pursue, clothing endorsements for the biggest streamers or the biggest rappers. And it definitely feels like a different ball game at this point, just because so many of these people kind of know that they're worth six figures to put their endorsement on something.
Well,
how do you approach that
I
now?
talk about it in the book too. I think if it's not organic, if it's not real, if it's not just happening naturally, it probably won't work. Even if you pay someone $1 million to rock your shit, they're gonna treat you like a trick.
Yeah.
Wear it one time, take a picture for you, they're gonna post it themselves. People don't want shit they're getting paid for. They want shit that they want to be a part of, right? I feel like there's even I can't talk about who it is, but I have a huge collaboration with Cookies right now from someone I didn't even think would even fuck with us. Like huge. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude, I don't even think he'd ever fuck with us, but he wants to do it. He wants to get in that space. He wants to do something with us. I'm like, man, that's fucking huge, but it's real, it's organic, right? It's not. I'm not paying him to do shit. We're gonna break bread evenly. So I feel like if you can find ways to connect with people that have juice, that have some kind of platform, just make sure it's organic. Not saying like, not discouraging people like don't go pay people or don't get influencers on deck. It's hard when it comes to brands. Like, I feel like it was kind of tough, especially clothing.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just find ways to push it in people's hands and see if it sticks.
Yeah. Do you think like a weed brand that is also a popular clothing brand, is there always going to be some sort of contradiction in the people's minds with that, where like something that's weed oriented is always going to not seem like a Supreme or like a designer luxury brand to them? Like, is there some?
I don't think so, because I was able to do it. If I could
Yeah.
do it, they could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. So someone gifted me a sweater on tour, and it was like with a weed bag, and the sweater was fire as fuck. I rocked that shit for like 3 days. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you just put your heart into it, don't skip no corners, make some dope shit that stands out, it could definitely pop.
Is it weird because with cookies, it's such a big brand that if you guys are going to really go out of your way to work with somebody, it's typically going to be like a really big name, big influencer. Whereas, I do feel like sometimes the cosigns that you get from like more underground figures can be the ones that are actually
That popped you off.
Yeah, that move the needle. But at a certain point, you guys are so big that it's hard to pay attention to sort of like micro influencers.
Yeah, I kind of lean on folks that really have their eyes on everything for shit like that. Like I would prefer a bunch of micro influencers, honestly, because they're the ones on the streets getting busy, and like if they blow up with you, it's big. Like if they're, people look at like Wiz and Currency back in the days, Rock and Diamond. It was big. It was big. They were big, but they weren't like they are now. So it's like you want young artists to kind of grow with you.
Yeah.
I feel like if I could, I'd love to work with micro influencers.
Yeah. No, definitely.
We're about to launch our ladies line here soon. Like I've been waiting to do female shit for cookies for a long time, and I feel like I want to do that like that. I'm gonna get like people that have buzz, like ladies that have buzz, like small buzz micro influencers for that for sure. I don't want to go after like a Cardi B or a Nicki. Like I don't want to go after someone big. It wouldn't make sense. I want to go get like young people out there moving, shaking, and shit like that.
Right, because I've seen that where I've seen weed brands kind of go all in, doing a collaboration or with a really big artist that they probably have to pay $1 million+
How many times does it ever work though?
Yeah,
it doesn't work, dude.
Yeah,
it doesn't work because again, I'm a rap cat. If someone comes to bring me a bag, I'm into it right there. But when they leave, unless it's something super special, I'm not really going to be. It's not my shit. I got paid to do it. When you get paid to do it, you do your job and you leave. Not saying I'm not going to do a good job for them, but if someone brings me something like Burn, I fuck with this. People bring me shit all the time I actually fuck with. So if someone brings you something like, yo, this is the new shit going, man, damn, what's up with this? I want to be involved. Like, and they'll probably get more out of me than like, than if someone say, here's 10 grand, post this for me.
Yeah.
I'm down to do that business all day. If you want to bring me a bag, cool. But I'm just trying to give people advice. Like when you approach someone with something dope, naturally, it'll go a lot farther than if you pay them.
Yeah, definitely. What about like buying, billboards, or if you could buy TV ads? Do you feel like that's the future of weed advertising, or it doesn't work?
I would never do that.
Why?
I just feel like the amount of money you have to spend for a billboard campaign or like a TV commercial you could use giving product to bud tenders that actually selling your product. You use that money to, people like, your staff here, you got dope ass people around here smoke bud. If I was going to use money, I'd come, here you go. Like putting product in people's hands is probably the most effective marketing. Opposed like, if you think like a billboard campaign is probably gonna be like 10 to 80 grand, maybe even a couple $100,000. You know how much weed can give away for a couple $100,000?
Yeah, but it's like it scales, right? Like it creates like a familiarity with people in their mind with the name of the product that you might not ever be able to get doing like sort of hand-to-hand marketing, right?
Yeah, but no, I made fun of MedMen for doing a huge billboard campaign. It doesn't make any sense. Like I can get more action from like sitting down with you talking about weed,
Yeah, but to be fair, MedMen, which I have never been to, and I don't go to dispensaries, but I'm familiar with the name because I guess I saw it on enough buses and fucking billboards,
but seeing it and actually like spending money on it are two different things.
Yeah, and really that kind of advertising, at least in my mind, makes it lame.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard. If you want to go after customers, give away product. If you want to go after clout, go do a billboard campaign. I'm trying to make some money.
Right. Because, there was at one point where I was talking about doing a weed line with somebody or whatever, and they were talking about marketing. And they're like, we need to have our product be available from all the top like trap weed dealers, like the guys who pull up on rappers in the studios and sell them weed. And I was really kind of surprised that he even saw that as being an important avenue. And because from my mind, that's so micro, it's so small, but at the same time, I guess those are the people that you want to have your
people putting
weed seated next to.
They're putting shit in people's hands. That's what I'm saying. Like hand to hand is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be smarter saying, okay, I'm gonna give these guys X amount. I'm gonna go put shit in people's hands when they pull up to a studio or something like that.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's just like when you look at that, it's like, oh, okay, we've kind of been through this whole like social media marketing era where that was the only thing that people could think of, and now it feels like maybe we're at another point where the hand to hand.
I mean, think about like for the Migos. I love the Migos. Shout to the Migos. You know what I'm saying? They promoted cookies hella naturally. I never did no business with them on that. Right? It was like they were fans of the bud. They were getting bud put in their hands by other people, not me. They were rapping about cookies. That shit blew up.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like it's just that natural shit really works.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to ask you about this because we've talked about it on the podcast quite a bit in the past, but where did things go wrong with my boy Josh from Raw? Are you guys still at odds? You still never had a conversation?
I mean, look, I'm willing to sit down with the guy. He's not willing to sit down with me. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to try to understand what it is. I just feel like that guy is very territorial in his space. Maybe that's why he's winning. I don't know. But like, I feel like I'm a hippie at heart. The guy, I don't want no problems with this guy. I have enough problems as we discussed today. But Josh is just not wanting to sit down with me. Last time I saw Josh, I pulled up to him at an event at Champs. I went up to him. I said, listen, bro, I have no problem with you, man. Give me a fucking hug. Gave him a hug. I said, bro, I don't want no problems with you anymore. Let's stop. We both got money. This is ridiculous. There's enough room for everyone. Let's figure out a way to fucking break some bread. I'm over it. I got a call from the trade show next week and said, listen, you cannot go around that guy anymore. You can't. I was like, I never went back to the trade show again. I'm like, bro, this guy is not, he's not willing to let whatever weird energy out there is go. He's not willing to let it go. Bro, you set it up. I'll sit with him right here anytime and on a path forward for peace.
Right.
Because I've been at it with him for a long time.
And you guys were on good terms up until you debuted a rolling paper, the Vibes brand.
Correct.
And that was just basically, it was like, as soon as that came out, that just kind of deaded the relationship.
It just got weird. And I'll tell you, like I told him, Josh, you're the biggest in the game, brother. Like I'm a fan of yours and what you built. Vibes is not even a threat to anything you're doing. Vibes is just something I want to do because I'm the weed guy. I have a grinder company. I have all kinds of different kinds of apparel. I just want to do a paper. So I'll say it publicly. I have no problem with Josh. I would love to speak to Josh. He's not willing to speak to me. And all this nonsense the last 5 years is ridiculous. I look up to dude. I was a fan of his. I tried to do business with him. I think the problem was he was not willing to let other people, and I think they hear the same thing, a story from other people. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hustler by heart. I just want to try to make some bread. And I feel like if you could understand he is the big dog, he owns that space 100%. Guys like me that he thinks are problems, they're enemies or threats, is nothing like that. I'm not a threat to him. I'm not an enemy to him. I'm dealing with fighting billionaires right now. I'm not worried about fucking Josh.
Yeah.
But the energy there is weird. And open invitation anytime to sit down on a podcast, talk it out. I've told multiple people that.
I guess I see it from his perspective where he felt like he, in a lot of ways, like brought rolling papers to the mainstream, right?
Okay, so let me tell you like this. I'm the first big brand in cannabis, right?
Right.
What if I was acting like him to everyone else?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I welcome everybody to come break bread with me.
Yeah.
I welcome everyone to build their brand. I give people advice. I wrote a whole book on how to fucking build your brand. When you gatekeep something like that, it's going to be it's not right. So my whole thing is like, I get what he's saying, but again, it makes no sense. Even if he did feel that way, he's the big dog. He's the biggest. He's the biggest. Like I told him last time I spoke to him, you're the biggest, you're the best. None of us could ever touch you. Be comfortable in that. Remember who you are. Don't be jaded because I'm trying to do a paper. I'm not doing a paper company that hurts you.
Yeah.
I could never get close to you. I know no one could ever get close to this. There's young trappers out there with major motion. They're making waves, but bro, they ain't done with cookies. And I'm very comfortable at night with that.
Yeah.
Bro, I see with a lot of women, bro, you have confidence, brother. Maybe old boy doesn't have any confidence. I don't know. But I'm very confident in who I am and what I bring to the game. I wish he was confident in who he is and what he brings to the game.
Like all of us as outsiders, we look at him like he should have maximum confidence in the brand. Yeah, it's a huge brand.
Hundreds of millions of dollars a year of fucking rolling paper, dude. And he owns the whole game.
Yeah, because like I interviewed him, and then at a certain point, I like looked up his net worth. Somebody mentioned in the comments or something, and I'm like, oh, you got multiple hundreds of millions. Like I didn't realize.
If I was Josh, I would embrace all these people like myself or Dope as Yola or other people that want to do rolling papers. I'd be the Coca-Cola of that.
Well, you think he got smoked for Dope as Yola too?
I don't know.
I think I heard him mentioning that in a video though.
Maybe
I clicked on a clip.
But the point being is if I'm the plug, right?
Yeah.
If I'm daddy in that space, right?
Yeah.
I would be Coca-Cola. I'd say, listen, you're gonna go do your own thing. Let me manufacture it for you. Let me sell it for you. Let's break some bread together. Keep everything in one house.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was in the BMX game for so long, and that's a game where everybody's making the same shit.
Mhm.
You know, you make a grip, a tire, a pedal. I mean, they're all like 2% different from each other. They got a different logo on the side. Maybe it's a different color this month or whatever, but it's all the same shit. And all those companies get along because at a certain point, it's like, listen, we're all in this game. We're all trying to turn a profit or do something good for this community. Fuck it. And at the same time, it's very cutthroat. You know, you come up with a new style of seat. Every other company is going to want to copy the style of seat because they're all fighting for the same market share. But at the end of the day, if you really care about the culture, the thing that you're supporting here, it's like, you know, you got to be able to look past that.
You still talk to Josh or no?
I haven't talked to him in a while, but he'll still hit me up on social media here and there. Yeah.
Last time, like, yo, Bern wants to have you come down. Let's sit down. Let's break some bread. Let's smoke a J. Let's figure out what's going on.
I'll try to Louis Farrakhan that situation.
You won't show up, brother.
Wait, you think he's like telling himself stories about you being a bad guy at this point? Like he has to kind of build it up in his head like that?
I'm an easy villain for him. I mean, everything that goes wrong with his life is because of me. Bro, I've not thought about the guy since you just brought him up. I'm like really focused on my babies and building my business back up and releasing my movie and my book. And I'm big dog in my space. He's big dog in this space. I wish we could just talk, but I guess it's past that. I don't really know, but I don't really give a fuck. I just think it's funny because I know if you hit him up, he'd come up with the whole story where I was like, I said, he's a really bad president. Whatever, dude.
You know, there's got to be a silver lining on it though too, because I might not have ever known that you had a rolling paper company if it wasn't for that beef.
Yeah.
As a person who's not really in the market.
I mean, you know, my whole thing is like, bro, there's plenty out there for everyone. I'd never gatekeep in the industry. No one should do the same.
I feel it. Yeah, I mean, in the podcast space, I feel like there's so many people that like want to beef over territorialism with the podcasting space, but the way that always works out better is to have a relationship like me and Vlad or Ak or whoever.
Like when you take the higher road and you take the bigger path, I love to see young entrepreneurs. I like to see people eat. I like to see people build their things. Like I feel like you're like that too. I see you working with a lot of podcasters. I see you in beefs as well, but like you're more welcoming to people than you are like, fuck you, I did this first, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, like, if you're good at what you do, you're fine.
I mean, you accept at a certain point that this is something that the same reason why I want to do it is going to be the same reason why other people want to do it. You know, you're not the only guy who likes smoking weed. A lot of people like smoking weed, so there's going to be a bunch of rolling paper companies.
Yeah, for sure. Like right now in my space, there's a brand popping called Toad Venom, right? I just tweeted yesterday, I want to see it. I keep hearing about it. Like, let me see who got a bag for me. I like that shit like that.
Yeah.
I like to see people with motion because bro, I've already done it.
Yeah, and as soon as you shut off everybody else, all of a sudden your cosign seems inauthentic because as soon as you say cookies is the best weed and every other type of weed is dog shit and I don't want it anywhere near me, the average fan is going to look at that and say, well, I know that's not true because I know there's this guy down the street that he makes some dope-ass weed too, and BERNER's a fucking liar if he acts like they don't.
I've never been like that, never will. And in fact, when you go to cookie stores, it's like 75% other brands.
Right.
It's like 20% cookies, bro, at the most. I like other weed brands. I like weed. I'm a weed guy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool. Much love to homie. Hopefully one day he comes to his senses. I'm not the problem.
No, definitely. Okay, but so did you actually manage to gain some kind of daylight when it comes to the social media censorship stuff, right? Because you at a certain point had your Instagram deleted and you created like another one and stuff, but then I noticed you got it back. Was there ever a moment where through Instagram or Meta you were able to like come to some degree of like, okay, they're not going to keep attacking my account?
I went to the CEO.
Okay.
I went to headquarters. You know, I'm a big dog too.
They actually gave you a meeting.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. Sat down with the top dogs over there. I was like, look, dude, I understand your regulations. I don't post weed. I don't post anything for sale. I don't do any of that. I'm a fucking family guy. I run multiple businesses. Look at my page and tell me I've done anything wrong. They looked at it and said, you've done nothing wrong. Matter of fact, your account's more attacked than anything we've ever seen. We don't understand what the fuck is happening here. And it's funny because I've never told this story. I connected with the top dogs at Meta. They got my page back. It went down. Got my page back. It went down. Got my page back. They're like, bro, this is the 7th time in 2 days. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you, this is like the top dogs bringing my shit back.
And they couldn't explain why.
They couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So the last time they did something that's kept it on. And I noticed my reach is not the same, and this is not I can't pay Meta. It's a multi whatever fucking business it is. They just understood I wasn't doing anything wrong, and there was some weird foul play happening in the background because when they bring it back in front of them, it go down. They brought it back. We're sitting there talking. Boom, down. I'm like, how'd that happen? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. They got it back. I leave at nighttime. Boom, down. I'm like, guys, I hope you're just witnessing that. Like, we do witness this. This is fucking crazy. Like, I don't understand what the hell was happening. We can't talk about it. So it's some weird shit, but yeah, it's fixed now.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't understand.
I pulled up to Silicon Valley. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn. That's unbelievable. Okay. Is THCA valid?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on its place in the market? Is it just as good as regular weed?
It's the same shit. It's just grown in a hemp farm.
Right.
The Republicans legalize weed, and there's a major loophole in the farm bill, and people just don't want to understand it, but we understand it very well. And I wish I can get my hands a little more busy in that space. I just don't have the time or the bandwidth. I'm fighting a lot of good fights right now, but it's very valid.
Damn, that's interesting to hear you say that, because I feel like I personally have just started messing with it, at least with the edibles and stuff. And from my perspective, it's like, damn, this shit is great.
It's the same shit, brother.
Yeah.
If you went to a dispensary right now and bought 10 products, probably 7 of them would test the same way that THCA tests, but the difference, it was not grown in a licensed hemp farm. That's it, brother. That's it. It had to be grown in a licensed hemp farm. It has to test for a certain way. A lot of stuff that we smoke day to day would test that way.
Do you think it's not going to be legal for long? Because I understand there's
they're about to clip that shit. Yeah,
they are.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So you think
probably got like another year?
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
So I interviewed the dude from
Face Smokes.
Yes.
Yep.
And that he painted the picture for me, but I think that was before they knew that legislature was kind of coming down the pipe.
Yeah, it's about to be a wrap for that. I think. I wish it wasn't, but it's tight.
Damn. So are you actually tapped in with like when federal legalization could come around? And do you think we're better off with Trump or a Democrat?
Well, I don't know. I don't have no clue when it could happen. I wish I did, but I feel like we're better off like with this whole generation being out the way. I feel like we have to like grow a little older, and we have to wait till people like me or you in position.
Yeah.
I feel like that whole generation that's in office, whether it be Democrat or Republican, has been brainwashed and has bigger powers paying them not to do certain things. So I feel like it's going to take someone like me or you and our whoever we went to high school with that wants to be a politician to be in position.
It's interesting because, I mean, on one hand, Trump is supposed to be pro-business, but then on the other hand, the Republicans in general, I guess, don't really love weed or
There's
whatever.
There's a big lobby behind it, why it's not legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And damn, that's crazy. Okay. How important would you say like perception is in terms of your success? Because I feel like, I noticed there was like posts going around about you being on that sort of top 5 richest rappers list. And I just found that interesting. I'm like, to what extent do you think that you appearing to be enormously successful is beneficial in the eyes of the consumer?
It's good and bad. I mean, then everyone wants a loan and shit like that, and people just think you have more than you actually have liquid. I found out that the way they make the list is they look at their businesses, their assets, things they own, and they kind of value them like that. I thought this whole time that Kanye West had $1 billion cash. Not the case at all. He has X amount of cash, he has X amount of properties, and he has a business that's valued like that. Yeah. That's why they said I'm worth $425 million, because my liquid, my assets, and also what my business is valued at that time and moment. So they do a lot of due diligence. It's like it's a 2 or 3 month thing. They have to go to your business managers and go to your banks and your properties, and they have to look at your business and run value. It's like, you can't just print that shit. Like, it's not just a lie. They have to do a lot of due diligence on that. So I think it helped. I think it hurt.
Yeah, because it's like, on one hand, you are a rapper and you kind of have a lot of fans and customers who I think are invested in the idea of somebody being extremely successful, but then the other side of things, it just seems like it opens up to you to a lot of criticism.
I'm a dude from NorCal, you know what I'm saying, that still lives out there. So you're tangible. People would touch you and they, you got $425 million. Like, nah, dude, it's not. I don't have that just sitting in the bank. It's if my business sells one day, that's why I'm gonna be valued at and whatnot, my actual equity of the business and whatnot. So
yeah, you see that a lot on social media too, where they want to tell you like Elon Musk lost $100 billion today,
and it's just like equity goes up. The value of his company goes up and down. It's pretty cool to be featured on a list. So I mean, this is real shit.
Yeah, definitely. Especially just to be like, you're a rapper, but you got the money through something else, and that's
Someone tried to tell me, "Oh, you're a rapper." I got 46 albums out, dude. I make millions of dollars a year from my music. You're lost. Well, how am I different from those guys? Those guys spread their wings. When's the last time Dr. Dre put out a fucking album?
Yeah, and most of the rappers, realistically, if you were just rapping, then that's not going to get you on one of those lists.
The reason why those people are on those lists is because they spread their wings.
Yeah, I guess Drake is kind of like
I'm surprised he was on the fucking list.
But he's like the one dude who really has pretty much stuck to music for the most part.
Yeah, but you would think Drake's worth like $1 billion.
But I think Drake wants to be low key about his income. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
because he could easily claim to be a billionaire. I don't think he's ever said it.
He got to be though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Jay-Z, Kanye, and like couple billion club. Like Drake's got to be right there.
He got to be, bro. Dude's been eating for a long time.
Yeah. One of the most interesting anecdotes in the book is about you basically turning down both Diddy and Jay-Z when they tried to invest in cookies. So give us a little bit of the rundown of how that went with Diddy first.
Diddy knows what he wants in life. He's going to be very persistent. He's very passionate about trying to get a deal done. But for me, I was like, I already kind of got my audience. I already kind of have my identity as a brand. And, no disrespect to Diddy, but it just didn't feel right. And that was before all allegations and shit like that. But I just didn't feel right at the time.
And what year was this?
It was like 2021, 2022 or something like that.
It's like max financial hysteria. Everybody thinking the weed's the next giant thing.
He was juice on it. I wasn't really into the deal, but he was very persistent on trying to set up a meeting. So I took out of respect. I mean, no matter what people say about Diddy, he's a boy in the space that like he makes waves. He makes things pop. And back in the days, I looked up to him and Jay-Z and 50 and just on their business, the way they did their business. So I took a meeting out of respect. I wasn't really interested into it. Jay-Z was a little tougher for me because that's fucking Jay-Z, He's very polite. He's very respectful. He wasn't as aggressive in trying to get a deal done. He kind of just put it out there. It didn't really work really for both of us and kind of moved on. Never heard from him again. But I mean, that he's a very smart dude. I would love to be able to figure something out with him, but it didn't really make sense at the time.
Yeah, because that's like a crazy cosign right there to just be the guy who's doing
the rapper in me is like, I got to do a deal with Jay-Z. I'm making the worst mistake of my life. I told my partners, we got to figure it out with this guy. Like, man, it doesn't make sense. We shouldn't sell our company to him right now, dude. So I didn't want to sell my company to him. I thought it'd be cool to figure out a way to work with him some way, shape, or form, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but so Diddy didn't seem like he went on some sort of revenge campaign.
No, he was cool. He was like, "Look, man, like, just throw me 10% real quick, for being like an influencer for brand." Like, nah, ain't gonna work. So
yeah,
he was on it, and he kind of just dropped off. I didn't talk to him again. I think he unfollowed me or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that is kind of how it is with the big entertainers / celebrities / millionaires like them that. They get super jazzed up and excited about something, and then they could just very easily move on to the next thing. I'll give you a gem.
Akon tried to get a piece of cookies too.
Really? Yeah. What year?
It's like shortly after that.
You could have dispensaries in Akon City.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people wanted to work with us, and I've been blessed to work with a lot of powerful people. I've been blessed to be able to turn down some powerful people as well, because like I said, Jay-Z's company is no longer around. It's not because of him, obviously. It's just because of the people he had around him, I feel like.
Yeah, and just like overall fame and money is just not going to get you to the point of creating a coveted weave brand.
I work too hard for cookies. So I can't let it go like that.
And really, like, I won't even throw out any names or anything, but you can think about so many people who are really influential people in the culture / in the weed game who try to do weed strains over the years that really didn't amount to anything.
Bro, if I was a clout demon, I'd break down some of the biggest names in the game, bro. And just that approach me, try to do something, I was like, nope. But things like Gary Payton worked. It was like the number one, selling fucking strain of weed in North America.
And that started as a bootleg.
Yeah, started as a bootleg.
Somebody was bootlegging it similar to like Obama Runts.
Yep.
They just did it because they thought it was interesting.
Yep. I met up with Gary, made it official, popped it off. But like, I feel like it's tough. The rapper in me, the fan in me wanted to work with a lot of people that approached me. It just didn't make sense. It didn't feel real.
Definitely. What's your relationship with the guys from Runts like at this point? Because when Young LB came on here, he kind of told the story of why things didn't work out.
Yeah, it's cool. Look, man, those are my homies. They try to do something with us, and they didn't understand the long play. And I'm not upset with them for that. I got nothing but love for them. I was there when they birthed Runts. I would use my platform to help build them up as people. Ray Obama was someone I used to date his sister when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I helped them really get light LB was around me at a very young age too. You know what I'm saying? We came up around the Jack. So I feel like I got nothing but love for them. It's all cordial. It's all love. I wish they would understand the bigger play, but I don't expect anyone to understand like a vision that's not even close to being done yet. You know?
Yeah.
They're gonna do their thing. They're I know LB's building jokes up. I know Ray's working on Fire Society. I don't really know where Runts is at today as a crew, but they did damage. They did their thing.
Yeah, because even a couple of years ago, like I was never 100% sure on exactly what that was, but it felt like they kind of lost control of Runts.
Something happened. I mean, look, bro, a business is tough, and business is tough when you have multiple partners. That was like a crew.
Yeah.
Kind of like, think of it like a band. You know, bands or groups always have some kind of weird breakup shit going on, you know? So I feel like it was tough for three personalities to be in one crew like that. But I got nothing but love for them, bro. You know, they know they have an open arms invitation where I'm at anytime.
Definitely. What the next like great weed brand, what kind of environment do you feel like that will come from, or like what will be the things that really allow them to shine in a crowded marketplace?
I think I'm seeing a couple right now pop off. I think it's just based on genetics and being in the right place at the right time, just like Cookies was.
Mm.
You know, you have some good that no one's ever seen before. You put it in the right hands at the right time, it's gonna blow.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that'll probably be watching this, so I guess they'll be having a.
Yeah, for sure, man. Stay consistent. Find something that makes you stand out.
Yeah, definitely. How are you feeling about the music at this point? You still got a few more albums in you?
100%. I'm about to knock out one while I'm here in town. I'm just doing things that make sense for me right now. Me and Babyface Ray got a record that's like doing like 100,000 plus streams a day.
Oh shit!
It's going crazy on some very natural, organic shit. And then I got a couple other artists I'm really focused on working with. So I just want to do things that are fun at this point. Like I said, I already got 46 albums.
Yeah.
I could retire right now and make a living off music. That's a blessing, you know? So I'm just going to keep going and do shit that makes sense for me.
Definitely. So you say you're going to do one while you're in town. Do you have lyrics written, or you just kind of go off the top?
No, I'm going to go when I leave here. I sit down. Like I said, get nervous high, pull up a beat and just speak. For me, it's like a journal. It's like whatever's happening right now, you know?
Yeah. I guess that's a good thing too about having a sort of laid back flow like yours. You're not like worried about cramming words in.
And I'm also not pressured to like make a bigger record or try to get on the radio. Like I just do what I want to do. It's cool because I can go back to my albums and listen to what kind of zone I was in at the time. So I was taught as an independent Bay Area artist to pull up, write your music right there on the spot, get it done, and I just drop it. That's it.
Yeah. What's popping from your perspective in terms of music coming out of Northern California?
Right now, the One Umbrella shit's going crazy.
Who's that?
It's a group. Lil Yee. You got
okay.
All Black. You got Zay Bang. You got a couple other people, and that shit's fire as fuck, bro.
Oh, I gotta get on that then.
It's really good. I've been listening to it a lot. That shit, Lil Bean, I believe, is in there too. Like that shit just fire, bro.
All Black. He just came on because I was listening to some old Draco and he was on.
Yeah, I think One Umbrella got a big wave right now. Like their whole album is fire. Their whole like them crew being outside making moves, like it's just fire to see. Like I love to see when a group album is not just an album recorded, like sending verses and type shit. These guys are rolling out. They're front row to basketball games. They're on private jets. They're fucking in the streets. Like they're really rolling their album out right.
We might be in the new age of the group because that's what Denzel Curry's doing too. He's got a group where they have Ferg and a bunch of other people, and it's kind of like maybe that'll because like it feels like it's hard to make people care about rap these days.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe the group thing is going to bring people back, or like collective.
Yeah, my boy Young Chatter is out there in the lobby. He's fire as fuck too. He's got a dope ass album. He's doing his thing. I'm juiced about him too. I'm curious to see where he goes with it.
Definitely. So, okay. I pay attention to a lot of different niches, and it feels like there's a sense in hip hop that hip hop is kind of dead in the sense that BMX world feels like that shit's kind of dead. Skateboarding, I'm always seeing podcast clips of them talking about how that shit's dead. Does it feel like the weed game is sort of in a similar moment where there's just like a lack of attention or excitement about it? Or you think that weed is kind of meant to survive those sort of downturns?
If you're lazy, it's going to be dead. I did a meet and greet recently. I sold 356 grams for like 20 G's. I sold less than the peak for 20 G's. It's the respect I put on it. It's a brand new strain. No one even seen it. I did 2 grams for like, I think I did like 4 grams for like $100 or something like that, or $200. But point being is like if you put the right respect on your pack, if the pack is something that no one's ever seen, if you roll it out right, if it's limited, if it's truly small batch, you can actually make money on it. The weed game's not dead. People they're scared.
But what about the enthusiasm that people maybe had 5 years ago? Does that feel like it's kind of waned a little bit, or is there still that excitement and interest in it?
It's definitely kind of whittled out. You have to understand, like the whole PPE money was insane.
Yeah.
There was a time where Melrose was doing like $9 million a month, dog, like 9 mil a month. That's insane.
Yeah.
And I think people kind of ramped up for that and got excited about that, and then it kind of went away. And people are scared. I mean, look, I wouldn't be fighting for this brand. I wouldn't be sitting here today writing about the brand if I thought this shit was dead. It's just very alive. I just have to put in a little more work.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's just when it comes to the weed game, I feel like it's maybe kind of similar to the rap game, where for a while there, I felt like people were very impressed by sort of gimmicks and cheap thrills.
Yeah,
and
for
that with
sure.
weed, that's
But
probably similar, right?
in that, there'll be people that's doing really dope shit. There's so many dope cultivators. I went around the whole country. I went all across the country on my tour, and people were bringing me incredible weed every single stop I went to. Small batch cultivators in Boston, New York, and you name it, Michigan. There's people with fire out there, and I say keep going, keep growing great weed. And weed brings people together. When you have something super special, they'll come buy it.
No,
if you're selling some re-rock bullshit in a plastic bag with some cheesy ass AR art, yeah, maybe you won't be that hot. But if you got some fire ass weed, it's growing right, it's in fucking put in the right hands, it's definitely could pop.
I feel like AI has kind of spoiled graphic design for me
100%.
on a personal level. Like, not that every shirt you see is AI, but I've seen so many AI shirts or AI graphics online that like it's hard for me to look at like a Godspeed shirt and not kind of feel like I'm looking at AI, even if it really was a graphic
There's a
designer.
balance with AI. You have to embrace artists, because without artists, there's nothing. And a great artist can use AI to help their job make it a little bit easier. But AI is only going to be directed by a dope artist to make it dope. Like I feel like in 2026, you have to kind of adapt with change. Don't do everything AI because it's lazy, but use AI to your advantage in certain scenarios and have a dope person behind it directing it, you know?
Yeah, I feel like there's like 2016, every day I was getting so many packages of clothes from brands that were trying to pop off, and it doesn't feel like there's that flood of graphic
I think
design.
we're gonna see what you feel right now is we're in a real recession. People probably won't admit it, but like, bro, clothing is down, music is down, live events are down, weed is down, alcohol is down, stock is down. Bro, people ain't really spending money right now. So in order, if you're doing something, if you're building a clothing brand, if you're selling weed, if you're doing a podcast, if you're doing anything, you have to do it to your best ability, because people are going to be very picky on what they spend money on right now.
Yeah, it's going to be weird when the economy inevitably has a bit of an upturn. It's going to be weird to see where all that money goes.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like a lot of it feels very convenient for me as a person who, like, I don't want to go out and drink. So like alcohol clubs are kind of dead. Like, all right, this is fucking great for me.
Clubs are fucking done, dude.
That's why I was here. But you ain't been that kind of guy for a long time.
I don't drink. Yeah, I've been drinking in 18 years.
18? Shit. Okay.
Nah.
Damn, that's impressive. All right. So what else you got coming up? What else we need to know about?
I got the book out right now, Becoming Legend, audio book and physical books right now. I got a movie called Splash City coming out this summer. I'll announce the partner here soon. It's a big studio. Shout out to them. And then I'm about to do a bunch of short story content with them as well, like baby films, like small films, like short films.
Nice. Now, Justin Bieber song is Swag City, or is that Splash City?
It's not Splash City.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Wait. If it is, I need to holler at a ASAP and get some promo code.
Bieber burger. Justin Bieber City.
What is it?
I don't know, because I can't fucking type for some reason. Okay. Oh, that song's just called Yukon.
Oh yeah, that's the one everyone likes. Yeah. Now Splash City is dope. It's all about bipping.
Oh really? When's the last time you bipped?
I don't bip. I just it was happening big time in my city, so I'm like, I'm about to make a film about this shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy for a while out there.
Wait. Okay. Yukon lyrics. Slide City. Close. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yo, Berner, I'm glad to connect, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Huge fan.
Yes, sir.
So much respect. Everybody, this book, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to make something out of yourself, it could definitely be the kick in the ass that you need.
Yes, sir.
I think it's fair to say. Shout out to Berner, Cookies, etc. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment. We'll be reading them. And shout out to all our members. Appreciate it, man.
That shit bang, nigga.
Ain't saying no more. We got the plan no more.
That shit
What
bang. Oh my God, when you start rapping at that second part, that's when niggas was like, oh yeah, he all died.
No, he ain't. See, who's saying that, bro? You ain't no Dot. That's him. He just got the features like from Dot, like the way he sound, because that's what you hang around is what you sound like and be like.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
So y'all need to quit with that narrative, bro. Let that man be him. What next you gonna say? He's an ant plant?
Oh, he's an industry plant?
That what y'all gonna say next?
Yeah. I mean, maybe let me up this a little bit more.
Terrible. Well, can't nobody just be successful these days. This is crazy.
Dang, huh?
So that's crazy. Can't just be you no more, Chewy. You gonna always say you somebody else. You hear what I mean? That's why I'm glad they can never compare me to Terrell. He be around Terrell. He act like him. You know, you hear me? They can never do that.
Well, at 607, I can do that. Anyway, you know what I mean? Don't worry about nothing. Back on figures here, you know what I'm saying? Big oranges in the chat. Don't worry about nothing, you know what I mean? We are back. Yeah, man.
I'm trolling though when I do that.
Smack, what you got for us?
You know what I mean? It's Friday. We got the host T-Rail in the building. Y'all know me, Smack, the best co-host it is in the world, Craig. Not just the city, the world. But what I was just saying before.
Who are you trolling?
I'm trolling when I do that.
Who are you trolling?
What do you mean? What do that mean when you trolling? What do that mean? I'm trying to play me. Now you trying to play me.
Well, I'm trying to play. That's the word you use. You said I'm trolling when I do that. So
thank you. So when you do that, what you trolling me? I mean, I'm trolling him. Like I'm playing like I'm him. That's trolling.
You trolling him?
The blogs, everybody. I'm just trolling, acting like.
But they ain't picked up on it yet.
They ain't got to pick up on it.
Yes, when you start trolling, you trying to get some attention. They ain't get they got to at least pick up on it.
They don't pick up on it because of you. Because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah, because of you.
How is it because of me?
Monkey see, monkey do. That's why.
What you mean?
What I said. Monkey see, monkey do. You know what that means, right? They see what you do and they want to be like you. I wanna be like T-Rail.
That's actually tight. I want to be like me. It's tight, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm just trying to tell y'all, homie. Shouts out, homie. Oh yeah, I was killing niggas with that shit yesterday.
That's a cold thing right there. Hey, we taking that, we running with that. Everybody
I didn't know that.
Big back guap, everybody.
You broke. See, that's what happens when you make up your own shit.
I got my own shit. I made my own shit. If you know what I mean, all type of shit. Got the whole world.
That's not your shit.
Yes, it is my shit, nigga. Came from the
that
block. It didn't come off 56.
Shit.
It didn't come off 56.
I don't give a fuck where it came off. It
came
from
off
you.
51st. Yes, it did.
Bro, that did not come from you, bro. You crazy?
Okay, who it came from, Terrell?
You know what I mean?
Who did it come from, Terrell?
White boy.
Came from me. I'm one of the creators of that. Nigga, do I gotta get White on the phone?
You one of the creators?
Yes, do I gotta get White boy on the phone? And White be like, no, bro, he
please get White boy on the phone because you didn't make it. All
right. I'm part of making it up. I'm one of the reasons why this shit going crazy, my nigga. You crazy.
This nigga lost his mind.
Nah, you mad because I'm a creator or some shit.
Of what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, nigga.
You ain't the creator, you know what I mean, dog. Sorry. Let's go to the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Yada me.
That's why we got it from it. We switched it from yada to yearn me.
Just because you slow and then you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You feel me? Bro couldn't say yada me.
Yes, I could. Yada.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I switched it that back. Yada. You see I switched that back. Yada.
And you was like, ooh, you're gonna sound cool.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That's how I made it.
That's because you heard it from the homie.
No, the homies.
That's all you do is take niggas' lingo.
Yeah, let me get White on the phone.
Everything Smack got, he didn't took it from somebody. He
okay. Let's say that I elevated it, okay, allegedly. But anything I
what did I get?
Saying, you know what I mean? None of that until I came around you, nigga. Let's get to that.
Be fucking up at too, but do your research. Don't just be doing any blogs. Like, do blogs that fit your style of music because niggas will fuck up and be like, oh, I can get on World Star, say cheese, my nigga, and pay all this bread, and my views and my numbers is gonna go up. Nah, nigga, that ain't necessarily it. I just seen posts on say cheese, nigga, that didn't get really no reaction. I just seen posts on World Stars that barely get reaction, but you done paid all that money just to say that your shit up there. They ain't even doing a collab post. But if you go to some of these smaller blogs, my nigga, they'll do a collab post and build your shit up.
Do good business, you feel me? And we meet a lot of people that is doing good business, but we new in the boxing shit. But you feel me? We ain't just waiting for a motherfucker to hit us up. We running our shit up too, and motherfuckers just hit us up. We can work with that, man. My name Big Twin. You feel me? I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I manage Frank Lito. I've been locked in with Lito since he first started doing the coulda been shit. We just been building, you feel me, a friendship since then. Locked into a lot of business, you feel me.
King True, Nick Nice on the black.
This is the Nick Knox production.
I'm trying to get rich so I can buy the block. King True. I'm trying to get rich so I can buy the block. While you still hanging on the block, go and get an IRA, go and get a stock, go and get a bond, go and get some guap. I'm trying to get rich so I can buy the block. While you still hanging on the block, go and get some cake, go and get some guap. While you still hanging on the block, that's what they want. While you hanging on the block, that's just what they want. While you hanging on the block, that's just what they want. I'm trying to get rich so I can buy the block. While you still hanging on the block, go and get an IRA, go and get a stock.